Wolf, you go off on how you don't like list broadcasting, which I'm with you. We try to minimize that as much as possible unless it kind of leads to a bigger topic. And then you proceed to point out this list that you found on CBS.
Yeah, it was so cool there, honestly, right now. I don't like list broadcasting at all unless it's July. Then I think it's okay.
Well, it is.
Because August,
July.
training camp is going to be here, preseason.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yes.
2 weeks. 2 weeks to training camp.
How about that, man?
2 weeks
I know.
to training camp.
Under 2 weeks right now.
That's true. Today's the 10th. What happened to the 9th?
The 9th flew by.
It went by yesterday. Where am I?
As a matter of fact, it was 2 weeks from yesterday.
That's true. You would think as a driver of a show.
July 23rd. Here we go.
You realize what this is now. Because you knew the date and I didn't, you are now the driver of the show. That's really all it takes. Just
I disagree.
That.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't turn that down. You can't
Thank
decline. So here's the list that you found. And what it is on CBS, it goes through the top 20 players at every position. Okay?
At every position.
Every position.
Except I didn't see field goal kicker.
Yeah, I didn't
Did you see
long
that?
snap around here either.
I didn't see that, yeah. No. It was every offensive and defensive position.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see wedge buster on
Let's
here.
clarify.
They've completely ignored.
Well, the wedge busting is over, of course.
Is there going to be a version of it that comes back with these new kickoffs? I guess there won't be a wedge.
Yeah, it's not going to be a wedge, but it's going to be better. I can tell you right now. I love what they're trying to do.
You're going to have to come up with you have to come up with the term for it once you've seen a few games.
Yes, because I really don't know what's going to happen. I don't. That's going to be, for me, it's the best part about preseason.
Yeah.
What is it going to look like when they actually line up and kick the ball off? They're bringing the kickoff back. Now, it's not going to be the brutality, ladies and gentlemen, that we all expected and knew about the game of football some 15 years ago, right? Where there were wedges and you could just absolutely destroy the brother in front of you. Just kill him. I mean, it really is a good thing. It is, because honestly, if you stand two people shoulder to shoulder, you're going to think you're going to kill me, and I'm going to kill one of you.
And you're just running full speed, about 70, 60 yards at each other?
It's unfair, is what it is.
It is unfair.
I can control you and destroy you on the football field. And you know what? Just take a DNA shower. Because I'm going to hit you right in the face, and all this stuff is going to come off of you.
That sounds like the worst thing in the world.
It is the worst.
Do you ever take a step back and be like, because I know you're thankful you got to play.
Yeah.
Do you ever take a step back though and think how thankful you got to play when you played?
Yes,
because you were
I do
built
it
for
all
that.
the time. I do it all the time. Thank you, Lord God, for what you have given me. Having said that, I look at this list right now, and quarterback was the first thing that really hit me like a frying pan to the face.
Okay, so I'm going to start reading down until I get to Kyler Murray.
Okay.
That's the top 20 at each.
Okay.
And you tell me if you have an issue with any of the guys in front of
Okay, the top 20 quarterbacks in the league, according to CBS.com.
So here we go. Okay, Patrick, this is already weird. I didn't read the list that close.
Yeah.
Okay, Patrick Mahomes at number 1 is not weird.
Okay.
Brock Purdy's number 2?
How about that, Brock Purdy? Okay, keep going.
That's okay. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers at 11.
Tua, Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins at 14.
There's a lot of Kirk Cousins love this offseason.
Yes.
It's weird. He must have really acquitted himself very well in that quarterback show, because all of a sudden his stock is through the roof and he hasn't done anything new in the last 12 months. Trevor Lawrence, Matthew Stafford, Deshaun Watson, Geno Smith, Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield. Oh, that's the list. Kyler's not even on it.
Wow. What was the first thought you had when Kyler Murray, you went down the list? Okay, where's Kyler? What is the first thought you had?
The first thought I had was good, because I was sitting next to you and you said good out loud.
It's so true. You know what, Kyler? Adopt the underdog mentality, Kyler. Adopt that underdog mentality. That's right. I'm 5'10" and an eighth. Yeah, and you guys don't think I'm ever going to make the transformation to an NFL quarterback. It's always going to be a college scheme. I'm always going to be Kyler Murray, who's going to sit around and do nothing but play video games. That's the narrative that is out there, and that's why he's not on the list. You know what? Just, hey, Absorb that, Kyler. Go ahead and absorb that. Don't try to prove anybody else wrong. Prove yourself right.
I can tell you definitively, as long as he plays the majority of this season, like if he misses 10 games, obviously this is out the window, but if he misses like 2 games or less, he'll be on this list next year. Who in their right mind is like, I'm going to start a team. I could have Geno Smith or Kyler Murray. Oh, give me Geno. No. Baker Mayfield, no. Deshaun Watson, no. You would rather have Kyler Murray than at least 4 or 5 guys on this list. Even the biggest Kyler haters out there would rather have him than some of these players on this list. And I'd rather have him than Kirk Cousins, than Matthew Stafford, than some of these other guys too. But I at least understand that there's a conversation there.
Yeah, I sat there and I thought of Matthew Stafford being number 16 as well. I wonder how's Matthew Stafford thinking? I almost threw for 4,000 yards. As a matter of fact, I think he's 65 yards under, so that would be 3,935 yards.
Ron,
is that right?
Math on the, yes.
Yeah, 3,900 yards. Yeah, 3,935.
Is that how you answer questions in school?
Seriously, honestly. But think about it. He threw for almost 4,000 yards last year. Matthew Stafford had a quarterback rating of 92.5. That's not awesome, but it certainly doesn't stink. Deshaun Watson, I look at him. Here's a guy, he's 17, number 17 on this list.
Yeah.
He's played 12 games.
I was going to say, is he even still in the league? It doesn't
12
feel like he's
games.
in the league.
Think about this. Since 2020. 12 games. In the last 2 years, in 2022 and 2023 base earnings, wasn't like he lit it up.
No.
He did not. He had a 79.1 quarterback rating and an 84.3. respectively.
So it can't be as simple as, well, Kyler only played 8 games last year. Well, he played 8. Deshaun Watson's played 12 in the last 3-4 years.
Since 2020, the 2020 season. Man.
I do want to throw this out there real quick, too. The other thing that stood out about these lists, top 20 at every position, okay? The only Cardinals mentioned on any of these lists, James Conner was 16th among running backs. Buddha was 11th among safeties. And Trey McBride was 5th among tight ends. The only 3 Cardinals mentioned. And I want to say, we're going to break. We can maybe get back into this later on. We looked at, Pete Prisco put out a list while you were gone. Kellen Olson and I looked at it. His top 100 players in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then 50 additional players that were honorable mention. Yeah. The only Cardinal in the top 150 was Trey McBride. So there is definitely a perception out there. And now you've got this collection of lists too, where people think Trey McBride is the Cardinals' best player.
Yeah.
Nothing against Trey McBride. I hope he's not the Cardinals' best player. I hope he just keeps doing what he's doing. But they have some other. I think Buddha Baker's the Cardinals' best player.
Yeah, you know what? The Buddha Baker thing, that made me want to back out of some joint with Buddha. Back out. Well, I'll take you, and I'll take you. You know what I mean?
The thing is, if you and Buddha teamed up,
speaking,
he would look at you and be like, hey, put your attaché case down or whatever, because didn't he call it a purse?
He did. Yeah. Buddha, it's not a purse. Knock it off,
maybe that's why he dropped on these rankings.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.